I
All
love
right,
it.
we're
Great
gonna
answer.
wrap up with Nami. Sorry everybody else who we didn't get your questions, but we had a long line for this one.
Thank you. Ryan, I admire your vulnerability. I believe that it's a superpower when you make it part of your narrative. And I love what you said about the glass house. I can really relate to that. I have a question. Can you pinpoint the moment when you started to trust yourself again? Like what that looked like? I'm curious how you rebuilt that inner compass when nobody could hand it to you. It all had to come from within.
I think there's a lot of those moments, but during the pandemic, we had some stuff go down with me and my family. I was taking some time. I was living in Beverly Hills. I went over to a friend of mine who plays golf. I was in his restroom, opened up his medicine cabinet, and there were pills in there. And I took them. I put them in my pocket. And I was driving home, loving the idea that I didn't have to feel all what this isolation, the pandemic, the isolation from my family and the guy called me and he's like, "Hey man, you don't have to do that. You can just ask me if you want them." And I was floored, that he realized it and that he was like calling me out on it, but also like, it was weird because he was kind of looking out for me. And then he was just like, "But no, you can have them. You can get as high as you want, do whatever you want." And I don't know what it was, but it was in that moment. It was just like this. I flipped the Yui. I went back to his house. I gave him back to him and I told him, "Thank you." And the only person who knows that story, by the way, is my wife. So this is now all these people on here. Like I have never made it public. That was a great question because I think that was like no one, like I could have just kept going home and just, I was alone. I was isolated. It was during a time. It's just, and that was in 2020. I want to say it was like the spring of 21. And for the last 5 years, I feel like I've really kind of trusted myself to know that when I'm in situations that I don't feel comfortable with myself or the surroundings, or I've been open to talk about it. And, you know, I've got such a great partner. She's so open to like, we went to a comedy show the other night and she was like, I kept moving our seats back further and further and further away from the stage. And she's like, I get it. Just easier access for us to leave when we need it. Like, we'll just get out of here before anybody. And she's like, she just gets it. And I trust myself. So I think that was probably a moment, you know, that because of the 5 years leading up to that moment, I think things were going well, but like life throws you a wrench. The pandemic did that. The conflict within my relationship did that. And like, you know, the things I'm trying to teach my kid about, you can't control any of that stuff. You can just control your part in it. That was a perfect example of that. So
Thank you for sharing it with us.
Ryan,